Sixth standard students, let us start from page number 228, use of variables in common rules. Let us now see how certain common rules in mathematics that we have already learned are expressed using variables. Rules from geometry. We have already learned about the perimeter of a square and the rectangle in the chapter of mensuration. Here we go back to them to write them in form of a rule. Perimeter of a square. We know that the perimeter of any polygon, a closed figure made up of 3 or more than 3 line segments, is the sum of the lengths of its side. In perimeter we add all the sides. A square has 4 sides and they are equal in length. Therefore, the perimeter of a square L plus L plus L plus L. That means 4 times L. Where L is the side of square. That means length of one side. Thus, we get the rule for the perimeter of a square where L is unknown value. That means variable. The use of variable L allows us to write a general rule in way that is concise and easy to remember. We may take the perimeter also to be represented by a variable. We can take another variable, say P, say X, S, small s. Then the rule for the perimeter of a square is expressed as a relation between the perimeter and the length of the square. If P is denoted by perimeter and L is denoted length of side, then formula perimeter of a square is equal to 4 into L. Okay. Now same way we can talk about perimeter of rectangle. We know that the rectangle has 4 sides. Opposite sides are parallel and equal. For example, the rectangle ABCD has 4 sides, AB, BC, CD, DA. The opposite sides of any rectangle are always equal in length. Thus in rectangle ABCD, let is denoted by L. Length is denoted by L and breadth is denoted by B. Then the formula of perimeter of rectangle will be perimeter of rectangle, length of AB plus length of BC plus length of CD, length of AD. The opposite sides are parallel and equal in any rectangle. Then 2 times length plus 2 times breadth. That means 2L plus 2B, and 2 is common. So the formula will be 2 in the bracket L plus B, where the L is. The rule therefore is that the perimeter of rectangle is equal to 2L plus 2B, where L and B are respectively the length and breadth. If we want to change length, in place of length, if we want to write X, here Y, where X is denoted the length of rectangle and Y is denoted breadth of rectangle. So any alphabetical letter, small letter we can choose. So it is the general formula of perimeter of rectangle, where L and B are respectively the length and breadth of the rectangle. Discuss what happens if L equal to B. If L and B, that means in any rectangle, if length and breadth both are equal, then rectangle will be a square, and the perimeter of a square is 4 into side, 4A, 4S, 4X. We can take any variable. If we denote the perimeter of rectangle by the variable P, the rule perimeter of rectangle becomes P is equal to L plus 2B. Note, here both L and B are variables. Variations are there. They take different values. They vary. That's why variables. They take on values independent of each other. That is, the value one variable takes does not depend on what value the other variable has taken. That means both will take different values. They both are not dependent on each other. In your studies of geometry, you will come across several rules and formulas dealing with perimeters and areas of plane figures and surface areas and volumes of 3-dimensional figures. Also, you may obtain formulas for the sum of internal angles of a polygon, the number of diagonals of a polygon, and so on. The concept of variables which you have learnt will prove very useful in writing all such general rules and formulas. In so many formulas, in short, we use the letters, alphabetical letters. That means unknown value, variables. So they are very useful. So the branch of mathematics that is called algebra has important in our daily life. Now rules from arithmetic. Commutativity of addition of two numbers. When we add 4 plus 3, 7, 3 plus 4, 7. Commutativity, we can change the order of the number. As we have seen in the chapter on whole numbers, this is true for any two numbers. Addition. We are talking about at present only addition. This property of numbers is known as the commutativity for addition of numbers. Commuting means interchanging. Commuting, the order of the numbers in addition does not change the sum. The use of variables allows us to express the generality of this property in a concise way. Let a and b two variables which can take any number value, that means a plus b equal to b plus a. In algebra also. If in place of a we are taking 10, in place of b we are taking 20, so 10 plus 20, 30, 20 plus 10, 30. Once we write the rule this way, all special cases are included in it. If a equal to 4, b equal to 3, we get 4 plus 3, 3 plus 4. If a equal to 37, b equal to 73, so 37 plus 73, 73 plus 37 and so on. Now commutativity of multiplication of two numbers. So 3 into 4, 12, 4 into 3, 12. So 3 into 4 equal to 4 into 3. We have seen in the chapter on whole numbers that for multiplication of two numbers, the order of the two numbers being multiplied does not matter. For example, 4 into 3 equal to 12, 3 into 4 equal to 12. So 4 into 3 equal to 3 into 4. This property of numbers is known as commutativity of multiplication of numbers. Commuting, interchanging, the order of numbers in multiplication does not change the product. That means answer. Using variables and b is in the case of addition. In algebra also we can write. We can express the commutativity of multiplication of two numbers as a into b equal to b into a. If a we are taking in place of a, we are taking 10, in place of b we are taking 20. So 20 tens are 200 and 20 tens are 200. Note that a and b can take any number value. They are variables. All the special cases like 4 into 3, equal to 3 into 4, or 37 into 73 equal to 73 into 37 follows from the general rule. Okay. Now next is distributivity of numbers. Suppose we are asked to calculate 7 into 38. So 38 we can write 30 plus 8 or 40 minus 2. We obviously do not know the table of 38, so we do the following. 7 into 38, 7 into 30 plus 8, that means 7 into 30 plus 7 into 8. 7 into 30, 210 plus 7 8s are 56, total is this. It is called the distributivity of multiplication over addition. This is always true for any three numbers like 7, 30 and 8. This property is known as distributivity of multiplication over addition of numbers. By using variables, we can write this property of numbers also in a general and concise way. Let A, B, C are three variables, each of which can take any number, then a into b plus c, that means a into b, middle sign plus a into c. So a into b plus c equal to a into b plus a into c. Properties of numbers are fascinating. Properties of numbers are fascinating. You will learn many of them in your study of numbers this year and in your later study of mathematics. The use of variables allows us to express the properties in a very general and concise way. One more property of numbers is given in question number 5 of exercise 11.2. Try to find more such properties of numbers and learn to express them using variables. Let us start exercise 11.2. The side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. Express the perimeter of the equilateral triangle using L. So in equilateral triangle, all the three sides are equal. So all sides will be with L. So L plus L plus L. So general formula of perimeter of an equilateral triangle will be 3L. That's solve on the green board. We know that in equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal in length. Then perimeter of equilateral triangle is equal to L plus L plus L is equal to 3L. So perimeter of equilateral triangle is equal to 3L. In place of L, we can take any letter, but in the question, it's a given. Assume the side of an equilateral triangle be L. So we are taking L, okay? The side of regular hexagon is denoted by L. Express the perimeter of the hexagon using L. A regular hexagon has all its 6 sides equal in length. So same way you will write, you will assume L the side of length, and same way you will write. We know that in a regular hexagon has all its 6 sides equal in length. Then perimeter of regular hexagon is equal to L plus L plus L plus L plus L. That means 6 times you will add L. So perimeter you will get 6L. Okay. Now third question. A cube is a 3-dimensional figure as shown in figure 11.1. Length, breadth, height. It has 6 faces. Already we know, and all of them are identical squares. This thing also we know. The length of an edge of the cube is given by L. That means the length is given L. Find the formula for the total length of the edges of a cube. So first you will write given. In a cube, 6 faces and all of them are identical squares. Then you will write, we know that there are 12 equal sides of length in a cube. Then total length of the edges of a cube is equal to 12 times L. You will add L plus L plus L plus L 12 times. So you will get answer 12L. So this also you will do yourself. Fourth question. The diameter of a circle is a line which joins 2 points on the circle and also passes through the center of the circle. It is the definition of diameter. See here. The diameter of a circle is a line which joins 2 points on the circle and passes through the center of the circle. So in the figure, AB is the diameter. In the adjoining figure, line segment AB is diameter of the circle, C is the center. Express the diameter of the circle D in terms of its radius. So first you will write from the figure given, line segment AB is the diameter of the circle, C its center, and R is the radius. Then diameter D equal to what? Diameter is just double of the radius. And radius is just half of the diameter. But here what we have to do? Express the diameter of the circle in terms of its radius. So D equal to 2R. When whatever radius is there, if we multiply by 2, we will get diameter. Clear? Now see here, next question. To find sum of 3 numbers 14, 27 and 13. We can have 2 ways. We may first add 14 and 27. So 14 and 27, first we are adding 7, 4, 11, carry over 1, so 41. 41, so to get 41 and then add 13. So 41 plus 13, 314, 415, that means 54. To get the total sum 54. Or what second option? We may add first these 2 numbers. So we are getting 40. 7, 3, 0, carry over 1, 2, 1, 3, 4. And then we are adding 14. Okay. So in this way also we are getting the answer 54. That means in both the conditions we are getting same answer. First we are adding this, then third one. And in other hand we are adding this one and then we are adding this. So we can write in this way. First we are adding this, then 13. First we are adding this, then it is called, this can be done for any 3 numbers. This property is known as the associativity of addition of numbers. We change the position of the bracket. Okay, but the answer always be same. Express this property which we have already studied in the chapter on whole numbers in general way by using variable a, b and c. This property we have to use by taking the variables. Suppose that in place of 14, a, b and c. So property will be, so you will write directly. So you will write general formula for associativity of addition of numbers is equal or dash. For you will put dash. A plus b plus c or equal to a plus. You will change the position of brackets. Out of the bracket a, b plus c. Okay, so here the 11.2 finished.